Okay, looks like we're all set.
Yes.
Okay, great. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Whatcom County Fire Protection District number 4 Board of Commissioners meeting for June 12th, 2023. We'll start with roll call. My name is Steve Cooley. I'm a commissioner.
Tim Johnson, Commissioner.
Mark Land, Commissioner.
Jason Vanderveen, Fire Chief.
All right. And that moves us to the public comment period. Chief, do we got anybody waiting?
Oh, sir.
Okay, then we will close the public comment period. And that moves us to our approval of our consent agenda. All matters within the consent agenda have been distributed to each member of the Board of Commissioners for review, are considered routine, and will be enacted by one motion of the board with no separate discussion. If a separate discussion is desired, that item may be removed from the consent agenda and placed on the regular agenda by request. And our consent agenda this week includes the meeting minutes from our meeting on the 15th of May, our normal staff reports, our financial reports, our vouchers, payrolls, and benefits, and our direct deposit payroll total for this last month was $1,024, and our monthly expenditure voucher was $632,397.97, or excuse me, 94 cents. And that's because I believe our payment to District 21 went through, right? Yeah. Okay. Our expense fund revenue is in May was $164,315.78. And our total expenditures in June, I guess that would be for May, yeah, were slightly more than the monthly expenditure listed below, which is $633,421.94. Okay. Any questions or comments about the consent agenda?
No.
Okay. I would entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda.
So moved.
Second.
We have a move and a second. So any discussion about the consent agenda? No discussion. All in favor, please say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. We have approved the consent agenda. All right. That moves us on to our unfinished business. First item on that list is the Liz Loomis Communications meeting, which again, I did not attend. Tim, you were there this time?
No, I did not attend. I was taking a break since I had attended the last several. And,
absolutely. Gotcha. No problem.
Let anyone else take a chance at the end of those.
Okay. No problem at all. Sorry. Go ahead, Chief.
It was a pretty quick meeting. The letter went out, the second letter. It sounds like all three of you have received it, and we've gotten some feedback from the taxpayers or from the residents, which has been primarily good, asking questions. So that's the kind of thing we wanted to generate with that mailer. Some additional social media posts have gone out about asking, would they like the fire chief to come to a meeting or a barbecue, a neighborhood barbecue picnic, that kind of thing. Haven't received any invites yet, but hopeful that that will be forthcoming. We are working on putting together a bike safety fair, actually, with the WIMPs. I can never remember what it stands for, but local mountain bike club. Several of our firefighters are involved in that. They're looking at putting that together later this month, early July, as well as the union, I believe, has a pancake breakfast planned for right around when ballots drop. And so, yeah, it was just, we're doing all the things we can do legally, and yeah, getting the message out as much as we can through social media, and the letters have been a big help. And so, yeah, we're continuing on with those little projects. So things are moving along.
Great.
Say, Chief.
Yes, sir.
I noticed in your monthly report that we had a couple good community engagement opportunities for Station 12,
Oh,
safety
yeah.
fair and the family night. Do you know if there was any comments about the proposed levy lift at those events?
I don't, but we've got the firefighters trained pretty well they don't comment on things like that. They're going to refer people to the website or refer them to me. You know, they don't hesitate to carry a stack of my cards around and pass them out if people have questions. So, so
But as far as you know, no one asked anything about it at those
no,
events. Okay.
no. And the good thing about that is that people will see that there's a value to them in the community, right? That
Right.
I also
Yes.
know that they went over on the last day of school or last Friday, they went over and did some fist bumps with the kids. Went and saw them. They have like a field day thing at Northern Heights Elementary. So yeah. So
Awesome.
yep.
Great, thank you. Anybody else on the subject of the communications meeting? All right, great. Well, what's that?
Nothing else
Okay,
for me
Thank
at least.
okay. Great, okay, well, moving on to the next item on the agenda, which is our Plan B completion timeline. I believe during our last meeting, we had discussed setting such a timeline for a Plan B. The chief and I think you and I, Chief, were supposed to get back together and maybe come up with something to present. We did not do that. So I will redouble my efforts and we'll get together here in the next week or so, Chief. I know we've both been busy.
Well, additionally, I've got some labor management issues that I've got to sort out before I can start to put pencil to paper. You know, my proposal would be 12-hour shift, looking at 12-hour shifts, but we don't have that in the contract. So I'm having to, we have another labor management set up for this Wednesday. So I hope to complete the discussion there, but I just need to cover my bases of labor before I go ahead and make a plan and then make it public and have them upset or questioning what that's a mandatory subject of bargaining. So I need to get that sorted out first.
Absolutely. Yeah, that makes sense. So yeah, maybe I'll touch base with you later in the week after your meeting on Wednesday and
Thursday or Friday.
Yeah, we can set a time to get together and talk about that. So any other discussion on that item at this point? Otherwise, I think I'll ask that we table that and just keep it as an unfinished business item for our next meeting.
Yes, sir.
Hey, yeah, Steve, I don't
Yes, sir.
know if this is the time to talk about it or not, if it's part of Plan B, but did you ever have an opportunity to follow up with that correspondence we received from Cascade Ambulance?
I did, yes. I got the opportunity to talk with the chief some more, and I believe, and you guys knew that, yeah, I had a meeting with the union scheduled for the following day. So us, or at least me being new to the fire service, I was made aware of basically such an addition or considering such an addition of service like that would open up a whole, really a can of worms. There's a lot of issues we would have to sort through, a whole lot of labor, not to mention what the chief just mentioned, significant labor issues we would have to deal with. And so I did end up responding. Is that not in maybe it's not in I will ensure you all get a copy of my response.
You know what? I may have failed to put it in the board packet. I will email it out.
Okay.
Afterwards. Yeah. Sorry. And I'll make sure it's included in the next board packet, just so it's public record. Yeah,
it is. So I did, Mark, to answer your question, I did respond to, and I'm sorry, I'm not recalling his name, from Cascade Ambulance. Basically thanking him for offering the service, but at this point in time, I think that us considering that issue at right now, when we're trying to get the levied lid lift passed, would really complicate matters. Not to mention really throw the union and our workers into an uproar. So I feel like we need to focus our efforts right now on getting this levy passed, because we have all agreed, I believe, that it is the best path forward for us right now. So I'm sorry you didn't get a copy of that. And yeah, the chief will make sure that you guys see my email.
One other piece just on a legal side, it would also inhibit funding from the county as far as EMS funds go. The county resolution as far as EMS funds and passing EMS funds through to the districts outlines that EMS will be fire-based. It will be fire-based EMS in Whatcom County. And so the resolution that the county put forward and put before the voters last fall, that all is done under the guise of fire-based EMS. That doesn't even allow for the outsourcing of that work. So we have to work within that parameter. That this is the pathway set forward. So
Yeah, I think to summarize, at least in my case, when we received the communication, again, based on my inexperience with the fire service, I thought, okay, well, we'll just, that this could be a simple addition maybe in the future to our services. Well, long story short, I was made aware that that's not simple at all. It would be quite a disruption. So I felt that we should focus our efforts on, again, getting that levy. I'm going to have to figure out how to say this better. Levy lid lift passed.
Triple L.
Yes, triple L.
Yeah.
However, of course, that was my take on the situation, and I'm still trying to get used to this. We can't talk to each other thing except for commissioners meetings. So I would welcome your feedback if you guys feel differently.
Yeah, no, thanks for taking the time to meet with them. I think I probably received that email or letter from him with similar light baggage as you did. But having heard what you said, that makes sense. So it sounds to me like it's an option. It's a limited sort of a transport option, but right now, that isn't something that we can realistically pursue. We need to sort of stay focused on what we're trying to accomplish now as far as educating folks, and that's our path. So no, I totally support your recommendation. I mean, even haven't seen your email, but hearing you summarize it, that I'm fully would support that too.
Thank you.
And
That was a great
I'll
summary.
agree with Mark's comments on that. I think we have important issues to focus in on for the next couple of months, and that's what we need to be working on. And I appreciate you, Steve, taking the time to engage with the union and kind of chase down some of the issues around that. So I feel good about where we're going with this at this moment.
Great. Thank you both for that. I appreciate it. And that was a good summary of where we're at, Mark. Yeah, well rephrased. And I will keep you in the loop if anything changes with that, for sure. But we'll make sure you get a copy of that email so you can see what I sent to him. So.
And again, my apologies to the board for not sending that out. That was something that Commissioner Cooley had asked me to do. I didn't get it done. I'll send it after this meeting. And like I said, I will put it in the July packet so that it can be part of the public record, so that, it can be seen. So.
Great. No worries. No harm done. Okay.
So the
So-
other question, my
Yes,
other
sir.
question about the Plan B discussion, we did talk a little bit about some point having DA Davidson do a presentation for us on the
Yes.
bond. We want to hold off on that till Chief has an opportunity to
Okay.
look at some of the labor management issues and the timeline.
Yeah. It's actually the last thing on the agenda, but he and I talked at the fire chiefs conference, and we're getting our schedules aligned. Hopefully he's planning on being at the August meeting for us
Okay.
to be able to do his presentation. Just to give you a heads up, that's about a 45-minute presentation. So we'll have him go first, and then we'll conduct the business. But that's the current plan. So
August sounds good to me. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Great. Anything else on the Plan B, Tim?
I'm just kind of thinking out loud here.
Yeah.
August Our ballot is going to be out there beginning of August, right? Not sure when
Yes.
we'll have results on that.
It takes about 3 weeks, I believe, for them to certify the election.
Okay.
Are you seeing the two as related in that we need to be mindful of one as the other is going through, or?
I'm just thinking that we probably have a better sense of what Plan B or other alternatives need to look like by the time we have that meeting.
Yes, indeed. I see what you're saying. Yes.
Yeah, we'll know which path we're headed down
Yeah.
for certain.
Yeah, and it will either lend urgency to our efforts or hopefully cancel them.
Yeah.
All right. So Plan B is finished. We already kind of talked about the commissioner indebtedness bond. I'll go ahead and skip to that in case there's anything else. Was that what it was essentially?
That was it. I was just going to let you know that we're working on August.
Okay.
Getting them online in August. So.
Great. All right, sounds good. All right, so we'll go to City of Bellingham interlocal agreement addendum.
I am still waiting for their signature pages to show up here. So I can't do anything until we've got the originals.
No problem. Okay, we'll be on the agenda for next time.
Okay.
All right, and that ends the unfinished business. Any new business that we need to take up? I don't think I'm aware of any at this point. Okay. All right, hearing none. Go
If
ahead.
I could, just real quick, as I'm sure you're all aware, the Mount Baker Highway shut down. State Route 542 is shut down. We've been in contact with the state DOT. We have an emergency vehicle kind of workaround for that. That's not delaying us too much. If the delay becomes problematic, I've already reached out and talked to chiefs to the east of us, Fire District 1 and Fire District 16, as far as getting automatic or mutual aid for the east side of the district. But we're monitoring it, and so far it doesn't seem to have caused any significant delays, but it's definitely something we're keeping our eyes on.
Great, thank you. Yeah, there's several blocks, several roads that are blocked. Is that the main one of your concern? That's
well, what they've done is that they're routing any traffic that went out east on Mount Baker Highway. They're routing it north on Hannigan to Smith Road.
Yeah.
But they've closed down Kelly Road. That is completely shut off of Hannigan. And so and Van Wyck.
Yeah.
So those are hard. You cannot get through those barriers. So they want everyone to go north to Hannigan, east on Smith. We have us and the school buses, emergency units in the school buses have a kind of a double secret workaround that they've made available to us. And it's like I said, it seems to be working right now. But this is going to be a long shutdown, and yeah, it's problematic. It's certainly problematic for units that need to respond on Hannigan Road or Smith Road. It's a pretty big burden. So
yeah. Okay, well, thank you for the update.
Yep.
All right, any other new business or anything else anybody wants to talk about before we can move to correspondence? Okay, any correspondence, Chief? I don't think I saw, other than, yeah, we'll put my response to our previous correspondence in the next minute. So, okay. All right, next board meeting is scheduled for the 17th of July. I'm going to take 30 seconds here and check my calendar and be doubly sure that July 17th is good. Yeah, I'm good. You guys good?
Yep.
Still?
Works for me too.
Good.
All right, great. All right, please, any agenda items for the next meeting that you want to talk about now, or you just want to get those to Jenny? Anybody want to bring anything up? Okay, that's it. All right. I'll talk to you offline about signing of documents here, Chief.
Okay.
So you other guys can get down and sign those, and that's it. With that,
Will do.
Thanks.
Yep.
Thank you all.
Thanks. If you guys could shoot me a text or an email after you sign, that would be wonderful.
Will
Sounds
do.
good.
All right.
Okay.
See you, everybody.
Thanks. Yep.